Hello everyone. So today's topic is for grade 5 skeletal system. This is chapter 8. Now first of all, what is skeletal system? You know, human body is made up of 206 bones. Together they form a bone framework of bones. That organ system which is made by a framework of bones, that complete is only known as skeletal system. Now there are different major, we can divide the skeletal system into major parts as, first of all, major parts, first of all, skull, second, backbone, rib cage and limbs. One by one we will study about all of these. First one is skull. Skull is this portion. This is skull. This complete from here to here. This complete is skull. Now what is skull? I can show in on this model also. See this complete portion. This is skull. Most of the bones in the skull, they are kind of immovable. Immovable means they do not move. Only the lower jaw, this is movable. Now try to hold from your mouth like this and try to speak. You can say when you are opening your mouth, you are chewing, getting only and only this portion, only the lower jaw. This is only movable. Rest or this upper one, this is immovable. Bones are fixed. You know, in the skull there are total 22 bones which together form the skull. Only in our face, this front portion, it only consists of 14 bones together. Now what is the function of the skull? Skull, it protects the brain. You know, our brain is over there, so it protects the brain, it protects the ear, eye socket and nose, and it also helps us in, because of the movement of lower jaw, we can speak, we can eat anything, so it helps us in eating, drinking and talking also. This was all about skull. After this, second one is backbone. Backbone is simply, you can see it is starting from the back and then up to down at the back. From here it will start till down. This is our backbone. It's not like that our backbone is straight. No, our backbone is, now look at this model. See the shape in a curved form, right? And you can see these small bones, these are vertebrae. Vertebrae is simply, now what is vertebrae? Backbone is not made up of single bone joined together. It is made by combination of 33 small bones. They join to, so 33 small bones, they together they combine and then they form the backbone. And these 33 small bones, we call them vertebrae. Now you can look into the model. Into the model, see this, these 33 small bones, you can see these all combine together and then they form the backbone. And because of this structure only, backbone, it is very flexible. We can move our body in front, on the sides, at the back. It helps us in standing and movement. It helps us in sitting also, and it also protects the spinal cord. These all are the functions of the backbone. And this complete column, this complete combination of these 33 vertebrae, they combine together, and the type of column they form, we call it backbone or we call it vertebral column. Okay. After this, next one is rib cage. Rib cage is this region in our chest region. This one, this complete. In the chest region, you can see these curved lines. At the back, they are starting from the backbone. There are total 12 pair of ribs. Now what are ribs? Ribs are the curved bones. In the back, they are starting from the backbone, and at the front, this front chest bone, we call it sternum. In the front, they all are attached into the sternum. But out of these 12 pair of ribs, 2 pair of ribs in the end, they are starting, this one and this, you can see these two, they are starting from the backbone, but in the front they end here only, They end here only. They are not attached to the sternum in the front. These are known as floating ribs. Now, what is the function of the rib cage? It help us in protecting the major blood vessels, heart, lungs. These all soft organs are protected by the rib cage. Next one is our limbs. Now, in limbs we include our arms, including hands, and our legs. Okay, so these arms we call them forelimbs, and these are known as hind limbs. Now see, these are known as forelimbs. I want to grip it, I want to lift it, I want to write something, I can do it, all these things. These all things. So how can I do it? Only with the help of my forelimbs. So can I say that forelimbs, they help us in gripping, in holding, lifting the things, right? After this are hind limbs. I want to change my position. I can change it. How am I doing? I'm standing right now. Because my legs, they bear the weight of the body and they help us in movement, in running, in walking. These are the functions of our limbs. Now, in together, it will ask that what are the different functions of the skeletal system. First of all, skeletal system, it gives support and shape to the body. It helps us in movement. It helps us in holding, lifting the things, in moving from one place to another, in doing exercise, in after this, now it also, skeletal system, it also helps us in protecting the brain, eye socket, ear, nose palate. After this, our hearts, lungs, major blood vessels, spinal cord, these all are protected by skeletal system. Now, not all, but few bones, you must have seen pipe, right? Hose pipe, which is empty from inside. In the same way, not all, but few bones, they are hollow from inside and they contain a very soft substance which is known as bone marrow, where all the blood cells they are being produced. So these all were the functions of the skeletal system. After this, now when we have these many number of bones, 206 bones, and all these bones, they, or one or two bones, they are connected to each other, right? So the place where these bones, they connect to each other, that is known as joint. Now we'll study about the joint. So what is joint? Joint is a place where two bones, they meet. That place is known as joint. There are different types of the joint. First of all, we have ball and socket joint. Ball and socket joint is there in the shoulder and in the hip. Now you see these two joints. See their shape here, this one. It is type of that there is one ball and socket is fixed into it and we can move it in any direction. So this type of joint is known as ball and socket joint. Ball and socket joint, it is present in our body in the shoulder and in the hip, and they allow us movement in the circular motion. For example, my bone, arm, I can from the shoulder, right, we can rotate it in any direction. So this type of joint is known as ball and socket joint. After this, at the back, second one is pivot joint. Pivot joint is at the back, here skull and backbone, both of these, there is joint from here. So this one joint is known as pivot joint. This is the second type of joint, that is pivot joint. Pivot joint, it helps us in moving in down, and we can move our bent, right? We can bend our head in the front direction, at the back, on the sides, we can do all these things. So these type of joint which allows us movement in this way, that is known as pivot joint. So in our body, where is it present? It is present here, which joins the skull and the backbone. After this, next one is hinge joint. Hinge joint, it is present, it is type of joint which always allow the direction only in one direction. It doesn't, we cannot move in the another. For example, it is present in our knee and elbow. From here, it allows me direction to move the movement only in one direction. I can't move it into the another. So this type of joint is known as hinge. Last one is gliding, especially in our wrist and ankle. Now see the type of movement we have in the wrist and in the ankle, we can, it allows the movement in the. Now, cartilage. What do you mean by cartilage? Cartilage, thick elastic tissue which is present in, for example, our nose. You can feel this one is soft. Here is bone, but this one is, here cartilage is present in the ear lobes, right? Touch it. These are made up of your cartilage, and it is also present in between the bones. If cartilage is not present, then what will happen during the movement? Bones, they will rub against each other, but cartilage, it protects the bones from rubbing against each other, and it also protects the bones from the damage. Tendons, these are kind of long fibers which are tendons, they attaches the bones and muscles together. Ligament attaches two bones together. And next one is your muscles. In our body there are around 600 muscles which work together with the bones. Now there are two type of muscles, voluntary and involuntary. Voluntary muscles which we can control. For example, all the skeletal muscles, our arms, legs. I want to write, I can write something, I can lift my hand. So these, the muscles which I can control, those are type of voluntary muscles. And second one is involuntary muscles which we cannot control. For example, heart muscles, we call them cardiac muscles also. We cannot control our heartbeat, we cannot control our breathing rate. So our lungs muscles, these are type of involuntary muscles. This was all about this chapter.